So I'm going to go into brief reasons as to why I'm buying or have bought Seabird and why I intend to move onto my boat. As I was saying, City Let's took over the lease. I was paying my rent. I came home one day to find a Section 21 no-fault eviction. This was because one of the guys had stopped paying his rent. They issued a Section 8 on him, but could not get him out because they failed to follow it up by going to court. So instead of reissuing a Section 8 to him, they issued Section 21s to all of us. So I came home one day to find I was being evicted, at which point I stopped paying my rent. Not only did I stop paying my rent, all of the other housemates stopped paying their rent as well. So they went from one person in the house not paying his rent to everyone in the house not paying their rent. So guys, as I said, I came home one day to find a Section 21 and then a claim for the possession of the property on my doorstep. Bearing in mind, this is the state of my house. That was a leak up until a few weeks ago. They've patched up the outside with bits of off-cut timber because the landlord wasn't willing to pay for news. And then this window has been mouldy, mildewy for the past 3-4 years. They're not willing to spend any money to get it fixed. The general disrepair and crap everywhere. Ceiling coming down. This room, they were banned from letting it by the council because, as you can see, it's too small for human habitation, and it means it would have blocked off our fire escape. It's the only upstairs bathroom as well. The kitchen, where the ceiling came down, and instead of patching it up properly, what they did was stick up all the old insulation back into there so it'll be damp within a few months. And then this is our main bathroom. So as you can see, it's in a bit of a state. Water literally runs down the walls. It's a general shite tile. And then finally, this is our utility room. They've had to patch that part up because it was so damp, the council told them to do it. Along with shoddy safety measures, unworking fire alarms, and untested and unworking fire extinguishers. So as you can see, when it finally goes to court, I was wrong, it's not going to court on the 23rd, it's going to be going, the defence has got to be in for the 23rd. And then eventually this will go to court. City Let's are trying to get all 4 of us out at the moment, or 3 of us out at the moment. They're not going to manage it. But as you can imagine, the stress and ball ache from it all is just unimaginable. Now, City Let's have got currently about 30 complaints in with Shelter in Plymouth because of their gung-ho and just shoddy attitude towards everything. James Deacon is the main guy's name, along with Thomas Bodie. They're just bullies, really, really, quite honestly, bullies. Obviously, this video is my personal experience and my opinion. But from what I can gather, looking online, etc., they are just cowboys. I think Thomas inherited the business from his parents or someone in his relatives, and probably James Deacon bought into it. But he is just the biggest bully I have ever met. We've all decided that we're going to make a stand because the horror stories we have heard from Shelter are just unimaginable. Now, obviously, I can't repeat them because it's just hearsay, and I don't want to get in trouble for voicing that on here. But if you do a little bit of digging with City Let's, their reputation in Plymouth is just dog crap. It really is. So that is why I ended up going and buying my boat, and why I intend to move on to her very shortly, because dealing with all this has just gotten me to the point where, quite honestly, I don't know what day of the week it is most of the time. It's awful, and just dealing with the general disrepair. I mean, they came in and ripped the router out because they said that was, again, not in our contract, and that they weren't going to be paying for it. That was before any of us stopped paying our rent. The guys are just bullies, quite honestly, and if one good thing comes of us going to court, it may be that City Let's slaps a banning order so that it stops them from being able to let in Plymouth anymore. Because quite honestly, they don't deserve to be letting agents. The general disregard for their clients is like, I can't even put it into words. It's that bad. Even down to the office staff, you send them an email and they ignore you, or they ignore the main points and answer you. Even people like Melissa, my shelter worker, the person who's defending my case in court, she will send a perfectly professional email to James Deacon and get answered with nothing but awfulness and nastiness. And this is to a professional charity worker. You don't expect that sort of thing from a professional person. The guy is just a bully, and he's so used to getting his own way and bullying students. I think he thinks that he can take that same line with us. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm a 38-year-old man, and I am not going to be treated like that. I don't care how much money he's got to throw at a problem. He is not going to bully me. I'm telling you right now. So, stay tuned, and I'll keep you guys updated as to what goes on with the court case. And obviously I'll keep you updated as to what goes on with Seabird. But as I've previously stated, these are just what I'm finding from dealing with them. You guys can do your own research and find out what they're like on your own, because it's all over everywhere. And they have this real knack of trying to belittle people online and try and bully them into taking back their comments. Well, I'm sorry, City Let's. You picked the wrong people to fight with, because both myself and the other housemates in this house are not going to take it. And you guys are in for a fight when it does go to court, because I'm telling you now, you picked with the wrong people. You really did. Anyway, guys, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates. Cheers.